Welcome to show 62 for November 5th, 2009. I'm Dan Doherty, your host and CEO of TipTopWebsite.com. And, of course, of this fantastic weekly show, where I present you a few minutes every week of what's going on in the news. You know, I'm always changing the format up just a little bit. This week I'm wearing, of course, a black shirt, but I got these shirts made, TipTopWebsite.com, create your own website online in 60 seconds. Actually, I think it says create a website online in 60 seconds. I always tell people you can create your own website, business, whatever you want for $1. But I got these shirts for a conference show I went to last month in San Francisco, TechCrunch 50. But so with the new background, I can wear some lighter colors in the shirt. With the ocean, I couldn't because it would make me see-through. So let's get on with the show. Steve Jobs, you know Steve Jobs from Apple. He created Apple with Steve Wozniak. Became the CEO, hired a president. The president fired him as the, kicked him out of Apple, said he didn't know what he was doing. So Steve Jobs came back after a while, but when he was gone, what did he do? He started a little company called Pixar. Pixar made a couple little movies called Toy Story and Finding Nemo, and a couple of little movies like that. That went on to make billions of dollars. But so Steve Jobs is Fortune magazine CEO of the decade. You know, he's come back, he's got iTunes together, which they don't make a lot of money off. They put iTunes out there and sell you songs for 99 cents or $1.29, whatever it may be, depending on what song you want. And they don't make a lot of money off that. What they want to do is make it easy for you to buy songs, then buy their hardware, their iPod Touch, their iPhone, their iPod Nano, is a whole line of devices where you can play the music and watch the videos and movies and so on and so forth. But he's 54 years old. You know, he just came back from a lot of health issues, and he's doing great. $34 billion in the bank. You know, not Steve Jobs personally, but Apple. So Apple has $34 billion in the bank, and it's record-breaking profits almost every quarter. How do they do this? Well, they charge double for laptops and their computers. You know, I say double compared to an HP or a Dell machine, but they have people that absolutely love their systems. I mean, just are crazy. They call them, Apple fanboys and Apple fangirls. So when they come out with a new product, people buy it. They've had a lot of trouble with AT&T. AT&T, their service, everyone's complaining about not being good. I think what's happened is a lot of experts are saying if you have the iPhone, you have AT&T, the 3G coverage is not good because so many people have the iPhone and AT&T gets bottlenecked. So maybe they'll come out in Verizon soon, but they've got over 100,000 applications in their store for, their iPhone. They've got another 90,000 waiting to be approved. What's that mean? It means a lot of developers are out there making money. If you develop an app for the iPhone and you sell it, or the iPhone, iTouch also, and you sell it, you get 70%. Apple only takes 30%. I don't think it's greedy at all. A lot of people say it's greedy, but they have the platform out there. A lot of people are making money, and they wouldn't be if it wasn't for iTunes offering that. So a lot of people complain about their closed system. I personally use Windows because 98% of the internet still uses Windows worldwide, and most of my customers use Windows. I work, all my servers are on a Linux machine, which is Unix-based, which is my Macintosh. They're based out of a Unix language. So I understand both languages. I started on Apple when I was 14 years old. So, they're doing great, but he definitely gets the nod for the Fortune CEO of the decade, just to show you that some people are still doing good. Other businesses are doing good. Microsoft just laid off 600 employees, and Apple's making money hand over fist. So go figure. They've got a following. It's branding. If you have a product, brand it. TipTopWebsite.com. I put on everything. I have a Twitter account. Make sure you follow me, by the way. I'm talking about branding. Twitter.com/TipTopWebsite. I think I have. Let me check. A little over 3,200 followers. So everything I do, it's TipTop Website. Okay, TipTopWebsite.com is my company's address. My email, Dan@TipTopWebsite.com. My Twitter account, TipTopWebsite, no .com at the end. All my business cards, TipTopWebsite.com. Everything I do and everything I talk about, my shirt, TipTopWebsite.com. It's called branding. It's all free branding. I'm doing this video show. It's taken me years to figure out how to make it look so good, and I'll do it in one take. And, I don't have to do any edits anymore. I've been doing this now for over a year, and I was on TV for years prior to this, so I got it. I got the gift of gab to give to you, but it's all about branding, okay? You can do your own podcast, get a webcam that's probably already on your computer, or go get a $20 webcam, record yourself for up to 10 minutes and put it on YouTube. Why up to 10 minutes? YouTube only takes 10 minutes. I go over because I have my own server. I can put my videos on my own server, but just keep plugging your website if you have something good. If you're selling a scam, don't do it. My business is based on honesty. Honesty always prevails. I want to treat my customers how I want to be treated. So that's a little bit about branding, and that's why Apple, they've just done an amazing job branding. I mean, people buy their T-shirts and hats. So, it's crazy. They spend $2,000 on a notebook computer, and then they buy a hat too, saying, look, I just paid double on a notebook. But they've done a great job, and they're doing well, and their product works. Hey, BlackBerry, I'm in love with BlackBerry. When I say I'm in love, I'm actually in love with my wife and my kids, but as a gadget, I love it. Of course, a different kind of love. But it works all the time. All right, the pictures, so-so, but they served their point. Took some pictures. I did not dress up for Halloween. My kids did those, but I took a bunch of pictures with my regular camera, and then my BlackBerry took a couple of pictures I sent out to everyone. Very convenient to use. The BlackBerry has a Storm 2. They just came out, and they redid the Bold 9700. Both are great phones. Both have great cameras, much stronger than the Curve 8330. But the Droid that I keep talking about, the Motorola Droid that's coming out on Android platform. What is Android? It's Google software, Android 2.0. They're trying to say it's the iPhone killer. Is it the iPhone killer? No, it's going to definitely compete with it. And remember, as I was saying, I want to clarify, turn-by-turn directions are not going to be on all phones. They're going to be on all Android 2.0 phones. What does that mean? Any phone that has an operating system of Android 2.0, which is going to be, I'm looking at this picture over here, and I'll put it in the show notes, 5 megapixel camera on the new Android, Verizon Android, and it's the 2.0 version of Android. So Google's going to give you free turn-by-turn directions. When they announced this last week, Garmin, TomTom, Magellan, all the companies that do the in-dash navigation, you can buy at Staples or Best Buy for $100 up to $500. Just get the cheap one if you ever buy one of those. There's no point to get the expensive one. Their stock dropped 20% that day when Google said we're going to give it up for free. But that's ridiculous. I have turn-by-turn. As a matter of fact, I canceled it last night. I have turn-by-turn directions on this. It's through Verizon. It's called Verizon Navigator. We talked about this before. Verizon locks down their phone. They won't let you buy an app for it. They want to charge you $9.95 a month for it. It's horrible. Their service stinks. I've been many places where it just doesn't even pick up a signal. If I had TomTom, I've spent $100 on a TomTom on sale at Amazon or Staples. It would always work. So I'm not a big believer in these GPS for phones. Plus, the screen is so small, and you can't type. Where you can drive and type, you're going to cause an accident. At least those ones in your car are big. They're very easy to type. Pull over, quickly type an address. I think it's great. If they're going to give it up for free, I think it's phenomenal. But I don't think that the stock of the other companies should drop. I don't think it's going to affect them at all. This is these Droid phones are real tech heads. If you have a phone that works, keep it. If you have a computer that works, keep it. You don't need to constantly upgrade every day to things. I always check this stuff out, always review them, and I'll tell you, when I get my hands on one of these, what I think about it. Looks cool, but I don't like the slide-out keyboard. I just like to have a keyboard that works. I'm not a big proponent of the touchscreen, only because my fingers are so big, it's tough for me to hit all those keys. All right. Hey, Verizon, let's just on the subject of phones here. Beginning November 15th, this is a leaked memo here. I got it on cnet.com. Beginning at 11/15/09, customers purchasing an advanced device with a 1 or 2 year service agreement will be subject to an ETF. I'm guessing that means early termination fee of up to $350 if they disconnect the service prior to completing the minimum term. The $350 ETF will decrease by $10 for each month of service completed. This is that nonsense scam that the phone companies have always had. You get a phone from them, they say, look, here's a $500 phone, we'll give you for $99 if you sign a 2 year agreement. Well, first of all, the $500 phone, that's ridiculous. The phones maybe cost them $80 to make, RIM, who makes BlackBerry, or Motorola, who makes the Droid.